Guess what? I'm talking again. I guess I'm going to make the choice of what I'm going to say. I'm going to be generous. Start talking, I'll start listening. What? I can't hear you. What? You're not talking. Today I did something different. I wanted a stiff cold drink. 2 hours with 1.5 ounces of sake in the freezer. And we have to know, how in the world can a person actually think? And keep it up, on the spot, like a Johnny on the spot. And I say, we want to keep it warm. Am I going to get into trouble for this? For what? That's it for another 2 hours. I won't do that again. Boy, am I getting gray. What happens if we discover something? Well, I made a little discovery for myself right now. Now, Bell was in my house to check my internet, and it's the slowest internet in 80,000 people, apparently. But 6 months ago, they told me I was 5% faster than everybody. But now, because the testing site is in Montreal, I lose 20% in the value, and I should put my value up 20 more percent, but the input and the output is still 9 and 6. What's the difference? They're so low it wouldn't make a difference. Cheers. Sake from Japan, and only Japan. Only Japan, the red sun, the target, the big target, the understanding of the alphabet. Now I want to speak that I was looking over one of the areas that I was in, and that was the site of Lord Rael. And in the spelling of Lord Rael, and I just began King Rael, in which we all know if you're fucking or working or picking, you're a fucking king. I'm sorry, I'm not to put down Lord Rael. I came on here for something different. The reality of Lord Rael is that there's 2 yods. Inside the yod, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do not count this twice, because this doubles over. There's a bet and a vet, but there's only one aleph for both. You see the colors that differentiate? They gave me the colors. All I had to do was buy the book and ask myself what all these colors mean. Blue 40, green 49, pink, I don't remember, INK, P16, bring me into light, the birth of the split, because it's the N, it goes from one side to the other side and creates the one letter. Forget about that. Riel has inside 2 yods. The yod has to be understood as a birth. The first yod tells you that it is in the 2 worlds. Of the 2 worlds, it's explanatory. But when you get that, you automatically, yod is blue, you get a Fey. You get a Rael, you get a Raphael, you get Raphael or Archangel, King Rael or Archangel King Raphael. And if you take it and you look down to his numbers, okay, down for Exodus, what they bring in, the Kikod labor to the light, God King Rael, 7, 2, 8. But what is that? There's a 0. Does everybody know what the 0 is? I'm not even going to say it. Either you know or you don't know. Ask somebody or you'll see one day. The O is the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 is 6. The O is the 15th letter. 1 times 5 is 5 and 6 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 7, 2, 8, 6. Rael is life. So this whole thing saying Rael is life. Okay, this is what I wanted to just come and say, because this is what I saw. Something else I want to mention. Remember what I said? Do you understand why I said it? Because look what the pay looks like. It's a number 9. It's a G. It's a 6. It's the 7th gate. It's working. It's warning. It's in war. It's a dream. At the same time, we have to understand the lion, okay, of Judas, in which the queen partakes as one of her emblems. Lion, Lionel, King Father of Rael is the lion, Lionel, Judas, okay? Judas, which is sad, a sad Jew. He was sad. Judas Icarus, he was at the end of the table. He had his two hands on the table. He was at the head of the table. Where is the head of the table on the book here? The head of the table is here and here, not where Jesus was sitting. Jesus was sitting in the middle of the table because he was telling you the story. Hi, I'm Jesus. I want to tell you the rest of the story. To my left is MJ. Marijuana. I was born in the salle à manger. C'est ça. Un territoire pour la science en Angleterre et Zélande de la Nouvelle-Zélande. I was born in England under the laboratorial scope, and I was here to be able to replicate every other man on this earth is going to be replicated under me, other than X, Y, and Z. Because after the Jewish guy Jesus was born, it seemed like, oh, there used to be 12 tribes, but now there's 11 because Jesus is not a Jew anymore. Oh my God, he's got two religions. The one he was born under and the one we changed him into. But it's not only that. Jesus is like toilet paper. He's a Christian and a part Catholic and a Roman numeral, and he's got so many religions, he doesn't even know what to do. But it's bringing in money, so it's okay. As long as it's bringing in money. Another thing we have to understand, 3 and 3 equals 6. If you see a formate number, which means a single formation number, or a void. All voids, a void to the east is a 4. A void to the west is an 8. A void to the south and a void to the north is 2 and 8, 6 and 4. What I want to talk about over here is here's your 6s. But inside your 6s, 5 and 1 is 6 and 2. The opposites of a die cube. Well, what do you think I come on here and do? I ain't a smart guy. I'm just telling you what I see as the difference. I noticed something. Could be wrong, but then you'd be right because you'd notice, and then you'd know. And then if you're a nice person, you'd tell me, and then I'd know. Well, I reckon if I believed and I looked and I saw what you said. 6. What's the opposite of 6? Everything is 7. 1. It's the only one. 1 and 6 is the only 7. This is the only 7. There is no other 7. Every other opposition dice is a 5. 5. And here's how it goes. 6 and 1 both have no oppositions there. 7 and 7. Every other side, okay, is a 3 and a 4. And the duplicates make 5. Every other side, okay, is a 5 and a 2. And it's a duplicate. So it's 5, 7, 7, 5. 5 and 5 is 10. 0 equals 6. Equals, instead of 10, it's 16. 1 and 6 equals 7. It's 7, 7, 7, 7. 28 days of the moon. We all meet up. And that's the way it is. Not because of me. Because of the reality that a 0 is actually an 11. It's got a line at the top and a line at the bottom, and it connects the 2 and an 11 on the side, and that's 11. It puts 2 dots in the center, becomes a circle. It says the 2 levels of this side and that side, and I share the center, and here we go. Not because I want to, because the roulette board said so. The casino. And then they got all them wheels with all them numbers. Think they say nothing? I can tell you what they do. I'm looking for something down there. Let me see. You see it? I'm losing it. Wow, I can't find it. How come? Hold on a second. I have to do something. I am very upset that I can't find it. Let me see something. Well, that's really not fair. I can't find it. There's that. There's that. Now, you guys are going to have to wait because I'm not happy. I don't want to not see what I want to see. So I'm going to go take a look at what I could see. All right? Now we're going to have to take this And hold on a second. Let me see what's going on. Something's missing there. Oh yeah. There you go. Change a little color around. Now we're going to get down and see. See that right there? See that right on the floor? Let me see if I can throw this on it. See the blue thing to the left? That's the roulette wheel. That's the design. That's a one formation design. Eventually what we're supposed to do with this design is use the Rodin dimension. This is Rodin's coil. 7x, x is 24, 168 hours a week, Roman numeral 10 of 10,000 of 70,000 and minus 70,000, leaving you in the center of 5,000 years. Plus to go from this side to this side of your hips, moving the ships. All it is a movement. It's a torque. It's a this torque and it's a that torque. And it's a this torque and that's all it is. Not because I wanted to. It's because that's what the designs do. These are the same ones. I do not remember exactly how they move, but you can see in between here, the two football goals. At the end, there's only two. Your end for 3 points or this end for 3 points. You cross the line, you are born. I get your 3 points here and you get your 3 points here, and I'm actuality living in the heaven in both worlds. But they took me away and they left me in a square. I'm no longer living in this world, but in the world I am, okay, in the broken vibration of the center world to the reality of the world on the left. 80 and the line, the dashed line, which is the plus 0. 0 equals 6 equals 86 and Rael of 8720. Okay, everything has its own category. This is the roulette wheel. Okay, these are the 36 numbers, but the reality is because the dice are 7. Right? If everything's a 7, we're starting in the spirit worlds. 1, 4, 7. 4 gets 3, 101. 1, 4, 7 is 3, 6, 9. 3 and 7 is 10. 3 and 4 is 7. 1 and 3 is 4 or 13, which is 10 and 3. 13 is just like 1 and 3 is 4. So they all go together. 1, 4, 7 goes with 3, 6, 9. And at the same time, we have to understand that 7 and 6. To understand, we're going to try and do this, okay? We're going to try and do this right here, okay? This is number 1, okay? This is number 5, and this is number 6. We take this like this. 1 and 6 equals 7. This is 45 degrees over to this side, which is 1.5 hours, or 3 hours. If you're working on a 24-hour clock, the total amount of time is 4.5 hours. This is calculated to never being able to leave the radiation of the sun, RAD, ARD, okay? Now, if you want to understand that if we do this formation, I must go from here to reach this. This is 1, this is 5, this is 3. This is 3, and this is the hat. Have you ever seen the cards? Have you ever seen the cards? See the hat? See the hat? Same thing. This is 1, 3, 5. The first letter, the third letter, and the fifth letter. A, C, E. When you add up the alphabet, okay, you add up the alphabet 1 all the way to 9 equals to 45. You add up from 10 to 13 equals to 46. You add up from 13 to 20 equals to 210. From 1 all the way to 20 is 210. But from 20, okay, all the way to 26 equals to 351. From 1 to 20 to 2 is 351. 351. The total alphabet vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. 21 and 15 is 36 creation of 9 of the 9 births, 45 of 5 and 1, A and E. A and E equal the oval world between this side and this side. Okay, the total value of this is 51. The same as Mars. It takes 3 17s. It takes 3 times 17 to equal to 51. Okay, do not forget. Okay, do not forget. Okay, do not forget that the piano is 1 and 7. The only time 7 begins again, it begins 7 and 1. When 1 becomes in the 8th position, becomes 7 and 8 between the two moons. The first one and the last one. And the minute you get this, you automatically have 9 yellow and you are in pull. Now, I don't know where I am or where I should continue, but I don't want to make these videos too long. And I do want to show you a little bit of how I work and what I do. I don't know. I don't like to say who I am because I'm nobody other than nothing than what I believe is the signal testing system. 1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you, George. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? I don't believe for 1 second that this world is not a make-believe world recreated. We are born into it. That's the way it is regardless. What do I think about it? It is what it is. It doesn't hurt me and it doesn't scare me because I see the future. I believe in the future, and I believe in the future because I, as one, see it. I see there are many that see it. So I know I'm not the only one, and I am not alone. And goodness grows fast. Goodness is the greatest thing in the world. It's stronger than anything when you trust one. You can't watch your back because the one will get crushed in the midst of goodness. We all watch each other's. But we still must watch out and take care. And in these cards, an understanding of cards, in the understanding of wheels, everything has a number balance. You just keep putting everything in its category, understanding what the numerological value means on this wheel. It doesn't mean other than 3 and 5, 1 and 7. Put the number bet between 2 areas. Put the number bet between 2 areas. On top, it's 35 to 1, 3 and 5 and 1. 3 and 5 is 8. Put it between 2 areas. Okay, over here, it's 17 to 1. 1 and 7 of the 7th gate. You divide it between the 4 areas. You see the way I hold the dice on this angle? Hide it between the 4 areas. 2, 4, 6, and 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 are over here. Number 5 is over here. The real 5 is over here. Not over here. This is the 5 of a single cube. This is 5, 1, 4. 5, center position, is 1 of 4. This 5 over here is 2, 4, 6, 8, 5. Who do you appreciate? We all appreciate the 5. 1, A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. It just has its, even though it's over each other and you see all the same numbers, they all own in their own house, north, east, west, and south. 5, 5, 5, and 19. 5, 1, 9. 5, 3 is also Quebec, which also says 2 ends of the stick. You see the N letter, which is also the Z letter? It's actually the equal sign, the crown, at the same time it's 1 over 1. Have you ever seen what really 5775 look like? Five, 7, and I do it backwards. 7, 5. It looks like there's a river going down the center, or a walkway. And then we can go over it and go, we're going to go this way. How can I do this? Then I'm going to go 5, 7, 7, 5. And if you take a look in between here, we have the understanding of 1 and 1. Now this blockade that I just made over here is the same blockade. You see this one over here? Well, it's the same thing over here. Okay? And this over here, you take a look on the floor, you see all those squares on the floor? Those squares on the floor are 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay? MJ Michael Jordan, okay, there's 2 triangles in there. They all say something. They all say something, and I know what they say to me, but when I brought in this game amongst the people, everybody's word counts. It has to count, but it has to count to each and its own. For those who share, they share it to how they count it, but we cannot switch any other mind than to share, because we are here and we are associating, we are accumulating energies, which puts our mind in certain areas, and that's the way it is. Raphael 7286 on the constellation of Pegasus. in all normality, if I stood out in a crowd and I talked this way, that Matrix is alive and Terminator is a reality, then I would be deemed as one of those in the jacket that is straight, because I do not go the straight way of thought. I go the television way. I do what television does. I look at the difference and I just want to say what I see. That's all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Doc? I guess you know who I am now.